confessed serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer with 3 additional murders today. Dahmer has now been officially charged with 15 of the 17 dismemberment slayings that he says he committed. Channel 7's Paul Meinke has details.
Mr. Dahmer, is it correct that you wish to waive or give up your right to have a preliminary hearing in this case?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Jeffrey Dahmer this morning was charged with 3 more of the murders he's already confessed to. All 3 involve victims whose remains will probably never be found. One of them is 18-year-old James Dockstader, the last of Dahmer's 17 victims to be identified. He was murdered at Dahmer's grandmother's home in January of '88. His body dismembered, the bones smashed with a sledgehammer, then disposed of. Dahmer is now charged with 15 of the 16 murders he's claimed in Wisconsin. He apparently will not be charged with the murder of 28-year-old Stephen Toomey of Milwaukee, who disappeared in 1987.
We have carefully and closely scrutinized that matter, and there are, of course, difficulties in connection with the unavailability of any body. But there were other questions that arose and that are such that I doubt very much that there will be any additional counts beyond the 15 that have been filed.
McCann won't say what the complications are in the Toomey murder, but says it is not a strong enough case to present to a jury. The question now is what kind of plea Jeffrey Dahmer will present at his arraignment September 10th. Guilty or not guilty by reason of insanity. Dahmer's attorney won't say, but he reaffirmed today in court that Dahmer is competent to stand trial.
He is clearly competent to do that, but that does not mean that at the time of the commission of these offenses that he wasn't suffering from a mental disease or defect, and that's what's being investigated now.
At least one defense psychiatrist has already questioned Dahmer, and there will likely be others doing the same before Boyle decides what plea to enter. Under Wisconsin law, if there is a not guilty by reason of insanity plea, there would be 2 Dahmer trials, the first to determine guilt or innocence, and the second to determine sanity. In the second trial, it would be up to the defense to prove that Dahmer was insane, and the defense presumably would have to present many of the grotesque aspects of the murder. Dahmer, in essence, would wind up prosecuting himself for murders he's already confessed to. In Milwaukee, Paul Meinke, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And Dahmer has not been charged in connection with a 1978 murder that took place in Ohio.